Bette Midler is a name that resonates deeply within the entertainment world. With a career spanning over 5 decades, she has earned her place as one of the most iconic and beloved performers of all time. Known for her powerful voice, comedic brilliance, and larger-than-life persona, Bette has left an indelible mark across music, film, and Broadway. She's not just a singer, she's a force to be reckoned with. From her groundbreaking album The Divine Miss Mem to her unforgettable role in Hocus Pocus, Bette has consistently pushed the boundaries of what it means to entertain. She's won Grammy Awards, Tony Awards, and Golden Globe Awards, not to mention a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Her sharp wit and unapologetic attitude have made her a beloved figure in Hollywood, yet she's always maintained a realness that resonates with her fans. But with all this success and fame, there's always been one thing Bette Midler has had to contend with: the media. For decades she's been subjected to both adoration and harsh criticism, often from those who don't truly understand her. Over the years, Bette has become somewhat of a media target, with many taking aim at her career and personal life. However, one thing that has remained constant is her resilience. This particular incident, though, would not be just another piece of media gossip. It would be a moment that would become a viral sensation. The moment when a reporter mocked Bette's career, a moment that would unleash the full force of her legendary wit. The world would soon witness just how powerful Bette's clapback could be. It all started with a comment made by a reporter during an interview that many would later describe as nothing short of disrespectful. The reporter, seemingly unaware of the impact Bette Midler has had on the entertainment world, made a jarring remark about her career. In a conversation that seemed to be going in a different direction, the reporter suddenly veered off course and mocked Bette's longevity in the industry. The comment was subtle but biting. The reporter insinuated that Bette's career had plateaued, suggesting that her recent work wasn't as relevant or impactful as it once was. With a dismissive tone, they asked how she felt about being somewhat out of the spotlight in recent years. It was a classic jab, aimed at someone who had been at the top of their game for decades. The reporter's words carried an air of condescension, as if Bette was no longer worthy of the attention she had earned over the years. What made this moment particularly stinging was the fact that Bette had in many ways remained a beloved figure in pop culture, even if she wasn't always in the headlines. She'd built a career not just on her talent, but on her authenticity and strength. To question her place in the entertainment world was not only disrespectful but completely missed the point of what made Bette Midler a true legend. The reporter's comment didn't just feel like a critique, it felt like an underestimation of Bette's enduring influence. It wasn't just a moment of mockery, it was an attempt to erase her legacy. Bette Midler, known for her quick wit and unapologetic nature, didn't take kindly to the reporter's comment. As the words sank in, a fire began to build within her. This was not the first time the media had tried to diminish her achievements, but this time Bette had had enough. It was a rare moment, one where the world would see firsthand how far she would go to defend herself, and her response would leave everyone in awe. When Bette was asked to respond, she took a brief pause, an intentional moment to collect her thoughts. Then, with a glint of mischief in her eyes, she launched into the kind of comeback only Bette Midler could deliver. With a sharp, biting tone, she didn't just defend her career, she flipped the script entirely. "You want to talk about relevance," she said with a sarcastic smile. "I've been relevant since before you even knew how to use a microphone. I'm the queen of reinvention, honey. You can't put me in a box, no matter how hard you try." The reporter, caught off guard by the sheer audacity of Bette's response, hesitated for a moment. But Bette wasn't done. She continued, emphasizing her longevity and the countless ways she had shaped popular culture throughout the years. Her words were not just a defense, they were a reminder of everything she had accomplished, of every role, every album, every memorable moment that had solidified her place in history. "You want to talk about being in the spotlight. I've been there. And when I'm ready, I'll step back into it. But don't you dare forget what I've built," she added, her voice steady and filled with authority. The room fell silent for a moment, everyone stunned by the power and confidence in Bette's words. It wasn't just a clapback, it was a statement. A declaration that she would not be underestimated or dismissed. It was a masterclass in how to shut down disrespect with nothing more than sheer presence and a razor-sharp tongue. The moment was electric. The reporter, realizing they had just witnessed a rare and powerful display of Bette Midler's brilliance, could only mumble a quick apology. But it was clear, the damage had been done. Bette had just won the room, and she had won the internet's heart in the process. What happened next was nothing short of a social media explosion. Within hours of Bette's epic clapback, the moment was everywhere. Fans, media outlets, and even celebrities couldn't get enough of her witty and fierce response. The internet had found its new viral sensation. Hashtags like #BetteClapback and #QueenBette started trending across Twitter and Instagram, as people shared clips of the interview and celebrated the icon's unapologetic attitude. It didn't take long for memes to start circulating, with many highlighting the sharpness of Bette's words. The internet loves a good comeback, and Bette had delivered one for the ages. The memes were everywhere. People posted images of Bette with captions like "Don't come for Bette" and "Still slaying after all these years." Fans flooded social media with their admiration, adding their own takes on her words and spreading the video far and wide. Even public figures and celebrities chimed in. Some of her fellow entertainers, who had long admired her, took to their platforms to show support. Dolly Parton, a longtime friend of Bette's, tweeted, "If you think Bette Midler is irrelevant, you're about to be schooled. Long live the Queen." The support came pouring in, with everyone from fellow actresses to musicians celebrating Bette's confidence and reminding the world that you can't erase a legend's legacy. In addition to celebrity endorsements, fans took it upon themselves to make sure the world heard Bette's response loud and clear. Videos of her clapback were shared thousands of times. It wasn't just a moment, it became a rallying cry. For many, Bette's words weren't just an attack on the reporter, they were a reminder that women, especially those who have spent decades at the top, are often undervalued and dismissed by the media. But Bette wasn't having it. The clapback became so viral that it transcended just being a funny, shareable moment. It became a symbol of resilience, of standing up for yourself, and of refusing to let anyone diminish your worth. Bette Midler had turned a disrespectful comment into a movement. As Bette Midler's epic clapback continued to dominate social media, the media outlets couldn't resist covering the moment. What had initially been a simple interview turned into an iconic story that quickly made its way into the headlines. News stations, blogs, and entertainment websites ran with the viral response, analyzing every detail of her comeback. Some outlets were quick to praise Bette's response. Major publications like the New York Times and Rolling Stone wrote glowing pieces about how Bette had shown the world that she wasn't just a legendary performer, but an indomitable force in the face of criticism. They celebrated her sharp wit, noting how she had masterfully put the reporter in their place, reminding everyone of her rightful place in pop culture history. Bette Midler proves that age is just a number, and you should never underestimate a legend, read one headline. However, not all reactions were as supportive. A few conservative outlets and critics questioned the tone of Bette's response, arguing that it was too harsh or dismissive of the reporter. Some even went so far as to claim that Bette's reaction had been unprofessional or over the top. But these voices were quickly drowned out by the overwhelming wave of support that flooded the media. The general public was firmly behind Bette, and her response was seen as a powerful stand against a media landscape that often dismisses women, especially those who've been around for a while. The mixed reactions from the media only amplified the conversation around Bette's legacy. For many, her clapback was a bold reminder that despite any attempts to minimize her, she had earned her place in history and could never be overshadowed by anyone, especially not a reporter trying to diminish her impact. The media buzz also reinforced her position as one of the most resilient figures in entertainment. Bette's refusal to take disrespect lying down made it clear that when it comes to legacy, no one should ever be counted out. As the media continued to cover the fallout from the incident, the admiration for Bette's response only grew. It wasn't just a viral moment, it was an affirmation of her lasting influence and her undeniable status as a pop culture icon. Bette Midler's legacy is built on more than just her remarkable talent, it's rooted in her unapologetic attitude, her resilience in the face of criticism, and her ability to reinvent herself time and time again. She is, without a doubt, one of the most enduring figures in the entertainment world. Her career has spanned music, film, Broadway, and comedy, and in each of these realms she has left an indelible mark. But even after decades in the spotlight, Bette continues to prove that she is not a figure of the past, but a living, breathing testament to what it means to rise above criticism and remain relevant in a constantly changing world. Throughout her career, Bette has faced countless criticisms. The media has often focused on her bold persona, her unapologetic style, and her refusal to conform to traditional expectations of what a woman in show business should be. From her early days as a performer in New York City to her rise to fame in Hollywood, Bette has been both lauded and ridiculed. But it's in the face of these criticisms that Bette has shone brightest, using the spotlight not just to showcase her talents, but to make a statement. Her career has always been one of reinvention, constantly proving that she is not someone who will be defined by the limitations others try to place on her. Bette's clapback at the reporter's comment was not just a clever response, it was an embodiment of her entire career. It wasn't just about defending herself in the moment, it was a declaration that after all these years, she remains an undeniable force in the entertainment industry. It was a reminder that no matter how much the media or critics may try to dismiss her, Bette Midler will always be relevant. Her response showed that she is still very much in control of her narrative, and no one can take that away from her. Her response also spoke to the broader issue of how women, especially older women, are treated in the entertainment industry. For decades, women like Bette have had to fight to maintain their visibility and relevance as they age, often finding themselves sidelined or diminished by a media culture that favors youth over experience. Yet Bette has managed to not only survive in this harsh environment but thrive. She has built a legacy that has withstood the test of time, becoming a role model for countless women who refuse to be defined by their age or the limitations imposed on them by society. Bette's clapback was powerful because it wasn't just about her, it was about all women who have been underestimated, dismissed, or silenced. It was a message to the world that no matter what anyone says, a woman's worth and relevance are not defined by anyone else's standards. Bette Midler has always been a pioneer, breaking down barriers and proving that age, appearance, or any other superficial measure cannot define one's value. Her career has been a testament to the power of resilience, reinvention, and the unwavering belief in one's worth. Even in the face of critics, Bette Midler has never faltered. Her response to the reporter, though a viral moment, was just one more example of her ability to stand strong and remain unapologetically herself. She's a force who continues to inspire and remind us all that no matter the challenges we face, we can always stand up and speak our truth. Bette's legacy is not just about her awards, her performances, or her songs, it's about the indomitable spirit she embodies, one that will continue to shine brightly for years to come.